Hi folks, and welcome back to Travels with Hannah and James, and continuing our Amalfi Coast holiday, we are visiting Pompeii. Pompeii is a Roman city that was buried under ash during the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Although a tragic ending to what was once a very prosperous city, as it was essentially frozen in time, it is nowadays producing a wealth of archaeological information on how the Romans lived. We were genuinely impressed by how large the site is. It took us a good 25 to 30 minutes to cross the entire city. Some of the buildings are surprisingly intact, while others are just ruins. Either way, there's enough of the city left over to really give you an idea of layout. As you walk around, you can travel back in time in your mind and imagine what it would have been like to be a Roman living in the city 2,000 years ago. The Romans were really quite an advanced civilization. Their cities were laid out in grid form, much as a modern city is today, and their roads were excellent. We were amazed by how much artwork was still visible in some of the buildings. This is literally a pedestrian crossing. It's quite incredible to see on some of the cobbles the grooves that have been worn by the passage of so many carts. Here we're in the southern part of the city, slowly making our way towards the theatres. The layer of volcanic ash that built up on the city ranged between about 4 and 6 meters deep, so in most cases it's just the lower parts of the building that are preserved. This is one of the entrance passages to the Grand Theatre. And here is the Grand Theatre itself. I can just imagine people gathering here for important events such as civic meetings, and then also for entertainment purposes, maybe watching some form of play or show. And here we can just see the tiered seating of the smaller theatre, or Odeon. I bet there were quite a few of these as well in Roman times. Entering another house, there's a mosaic, "Beware of the Dog." And here we have an excellent example of a thermopolia, basically a Roman fast food shop. The food would be stored and kept warm in these pots that would be heated from underneath. There are about 80 thermopolia in Pompeii, showing just how wealthy the city was. Here we are approaching the Civic Forum, which was the heart of city life in Pompeii. This is the Macellum, or provisions market. In one corner there was an area that held a large array of amphora and storage pots. And here is a great archway alongside the Temple of Jupiter. We're now working our way north of the Forum into an area of the city that had a number of wealthier houses. Once again, we were stunned by how much artwork remained intact. On the northern perimeter of the city, there was a wall with regularly spaced towers, and this is one of those towers. It's worth climbing up to the top as you get an excellent view over the whole city. Here's another wealthy house, and well, excuse me, I think we know what was going on in this place. Apparently, it was owned by two wealthy brothers. Were they bragging, or were they just trying to compensate for something? Look at the colour and the detail on these walls. In another house, we have some very fine mosaic work. What's also impressive is that Pompeii is still an active archaeological site. There are still places that have not yet been uncovered, and new discoveries are being made every day. This thermopolium, for example, was only excavated in 2019. Is that a street name, some graffiti, or the name of the shop? Who knows? We're now slowly heading eastwards through the city, stopping at important houses as we go. Here is one of the grand baths. I think it's the Stabian bath.
First of all, they came outside, and then they put the warm room, the hot room, and then the cold room. The last room that could be done. This other room in the middle is the changing, is the hour of the day, the space, and then allow us. So now the liquid goes up, this way, then
The vaulted ceilings have survived surprisingly well against the ravages of time. This place must have been magnificent in its heyday. Travelling now to the very southeastern corner of the city. First, we reach the Grand Palace. And then the mighty amphitheatre. I can just imagine the crowds roaring as the gladiators enter the arena to do battle.
Same idea of rays and doors coming up.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. We certainly had an excellent time in Pompeii. It's really definitely worth a visit. We're just going to head back to the entrance of the city now via the Forum. So see you on our next adventure.